I'm inviting you to take a journey with me, one I've taken many times. It's not as easy to change course as you may think. This journey concerns the prisms of soul and mind, the abyss of emotion. This is a story about how I hitched a ride with some ancestors to see me through, because I was isolated. I isolated myself. It was the only way I could do with the voices. You see, I said, if my family and ancestors can make it through the oppressive journey that had been laid before me, then I can make it through the oppressive journey that had been laid before me in my mind. I could make it through my mental distress. So imagine, it's 1855. How would a fugitive enslaved person feel, and would the feelings parallel a person who's been in mental health recovery all their adult life? This is your point of entry into my journey. I found the murky, freedom-filled river to wash away my scent because there were hellhounds on my trail. Blue intrusive rain felt like daggers reminding me to keep moving, running a labyrinth of unknown dimension, meeting closed latch doors and hearing shouts from open windows assaulting my already battle-weary mind. I fell in the red clay mud, but I kept running. I kept running because I had no place to go back to. That point in time had passed destruction. I met Moses. She told me not to follow the trees, but to follow the deepest blue black sky star. That star was telling me hope, freedom, tomorrow. Well, if there's 1,000 tomorrows, I won't stop today. I'll be eaten alive. So I have learned to walk or crawl if I can't muster a run. I can still hear her words. If you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If they're shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop. Keep going. If you want a taste of freedom, keep going. I obey because I know I'm a fugitive. Do you know what it's like to be a fugitive in your own mind, having only certain safety zones? The change of seasons, a drop in temperature, an unexpected yell from the outside could trigger you into a loaded booby trap. And there are minefields and poppy fields and fields of clover you have to tiptoe around yourself. The map changes and the terrain is never paved. Am I Moses? While I'm learning though, I'm thinking. My thought disorder expresses itself in psychosis and delusional thinking. That's what I'm calling insanity. Slavery and Jim Crow played out through the mass psychosis of reigning delusionals. It still does. I'm calling this insanity also. The farcical imaginings of some Europeans for monetary gain bought a load of paupers sold on the idea of supremacy. This scenario has played out on these shores since the 1600s, when white indentured servants were given more privileges by law than their black counterparts. And so, their circle chases round like a dog after his tail. Am I in this too? Seems I just placed my feet on fertile soil in my mind, but the terrain on the outside is uncertain. Some may try to snatch it from under me in a moment's notice. I think a significant part of this country is returning to the animal states en masse. There seems to be no use of critical thinking skills, no data analysis, and no compassion. A poet asks, what does it mean to be human? The questions surmount the crevices of my brain, and I am reminded of so many ancestors beaten to death, and almost for boldness in breathing the freshness of air they dared. So, I accept the angular pain and diagonal circumference. Deal with the synapses not communicating and strap the laugh cry thing on my back. I'll continue the journey until morning when I can breathe freedom naturally, eternally. This is my labyrinth, my endless cycle. My brain was not equipped with a permanent north.